bookworms rejoice. The Miami Book Fair is back, and this year it will feature some special guests, including some of Coral Gables' own authors. Taking place in the Miami-Dade College campus in downtown Miami, the book fair will feature 400 writers and 300 booths with new and old books featured in all different languages.
The Miami Book Fair takes place this year, November 14th through the 21st. It's a one-week feast, a literary feast that takes place at Miami-Dade College, the Wolfson campus, right in the heart of downtown Miami.
And this year features some big names.
This year we're doing something a little bit different as well. We're going to have an international pavilion where we focus on Mexico. So we have Carlos Fuentes, one of Mexico's greatest living writers, will be there. Programs in Spanish, programs in Creole, programs in French. This year as well, we kick it off with on Sunday the 14th with Carlos Fuentes and with George W. Bush. President Bush, former President Bush will be here, and it'll be one of his first public appearances for his new book.
Coral Gables Television was able to get exclusive interviews with two well-known authors from Coral Gables to get a sneak peek at what they will be talking about during the book fair. First stop, we meet up with author James Grippando on Miracle Mile. Grippando has written New York Times bestsellers for years, and many stories feature Coral Gables. But being an author was not his original profession.
It was more of a dream than a goal. You know, I was a lawyer for 12 years in a very large Miami law firm, and just saw all these movies about lawyers, books about lawyers, Grisham, Scott Turow, and said, I can do that. And took a shot at it, and it's worked out. That 18 novels later, I'm still doing it.
In those novels, Grippando features many of his favorite locations in Coral Gables, and he showed us some places that have been featured. All right, so Jim, we have here the book, Born to Run, and you said some of it takes place right here in Coral Gables. We're on Miracle Mile right now, so tell me, where are we right now, and how is this relevant?
This is one of my favorite restaurants in Coral Gables. It's called Ortonique. I think it has a real Miami flavor to it, and whenever I write scenes in Miami, I want something that speaks Miami to the readers, whether they're reading it in Iowa or wherever they may be reading it. So Jack comes to Ortonique, and I never have any violence or anything bad happening in real establishments. It's always usually just either a light scene or just somebody meeting each other, but the important thing is what's on the menu. And Jack has my favorite dish, which is Jamaican bouillabaisse, has a mojito, which is my wife's favorite cocktail. It all works out really well, and the research is fun.
So whenever, I mean, especially if you like something, you're going to put it into the book, so the characters actually kind of living what you're doing.
They are, you know, and people always ask, you know, how much of Jack Switek is actually me. I suppose when it comes to Coral Gables cuisine, he's very much like me.
Very much. Next up, another Miracle Mile staple. So we're at one more location here. What do we have here?
This is Houston's. Houston's restaurant right across the street. Another one of my wife and my favorite places in Coral Gables to come. We came here like every week, Friday night, for dinner, for like a 3-month span. And I remember the book that I wrote featuring Houston's, When Darkness Falls. It's set in the month of December. And I remember walking out of Houston's and looking down Miracle Mile and seeing all the beautiful twinkling lights on the palm trees and all of the landscaping, and thought, this is a uniquely Coral Gables scene. And I went home and literally wrote that scene into the book, having my characters, Jack Switek again, starting out on the corner of Ponce and Miracle Mile right at Houston's, and kind of walking that same strip that I did. And I love really capturing those moments for my readers that tell them about where I live, and that's a fun part of storytelling.
And do you think this city is going to continue being kind of a muse for you? Like you said, like you see that during Christmas time, it just inspires you, gives you that image for the book. Do you think it's just going to continue on? Maybe not even for this character, maybe just for later on?
I don't see any end to it. You know, it's an evolving place too. You know, Coral Gables has changed so much since I moved to it in 1992. A lot of these buildings weren't even here. So, and there's always a new place opening up, and that's fun to discover, and you'll find them in future James Grippando novels.
We then left Miracle Mile and headed to residential Coral Gables to meet with cookbook author Linda Gassenheimer. She has written a numerous amount of cookbooks, and with her resume, it shows she knows a thing or two in the kitchen.
I'm what you call a real foodie. I love good food. I've written 24 cookbooks and many articles, and I'm a syndicated columnist. My Dinner in Minutes column goes to 6 million readers every week on the McClatchy Wire. I'm on WLRN, National Public Radio in South Florida, every Thursday at 1:30, so you can listen to me and talk about food. Or you can go to my website, dinnerinminutes.com, and learn all about me.
In her newest book, The Flavors of the Florida Keys, she shows you how to make the authentic Key West cuisine right at home.
The Florida Keys is kind of America's last frontier. You know, as we were talking, you drive over that bridge and the whole weight of the world leaves your shoulders, and you can enjoy all these wonderful flavors. It's a melting pot. People come there from all over the world. So in Flavors of the Florida Keys, I tell you about the treasures I found there.
And many of the recipes are simple and quick to make. I even got a special lesson in Key West cooking. So what are we going to be cooking?
We're going to be cooking the flavors of the Florida Keys. Okay, what's the Keys all about? Fish. Fish. Wonderful, fresh fish. And I have here what I call heavenly hogfish. Now, you can't always buy hogfish, especially if you're not in the Keys, but the recipe is delicious. Use any kind of fish. I have here flounder. Okay. So, but tilapia, be fine, because the sauce is what makes it so wonderful. So I have some butter here, cooking that up, and of course butter and fish go so well together. And let's just put the fish into the pan. Okay. Now, beautiful thin piece of fish like this, 4 minutes. And remember, fish will continue to cook once it's off the heat, and you don't want to overcook the fish. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cook this fish up 4 minutes, about 4 minutes. When it's finished, we're going to make the sauce, and let's talk about what's going to be in the sauce. So it's basically tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and guess what? You can buy them already diced in the supermarket. Yeah, it makes life easy for you. So I've got shallots here. Okay. If you want to use diced onions, go for it. That's fine. Oh, I wish they could smell and see all the flavors that are coming out here. It's smelling really good right now. Good, yes. We're going to put some chopped chives onto the fish. I have here lemon juice, garlic, of course, a little white wine. Secret ingredient have here? Secret ingredient is mango puree. Mango puree. Now you can buy mango puree frozen in the supermarket, but if you can't find it, it doesn't matter. Puree some pineapple. Really? So they both can work? Both can work very easily. Peaches, whatever. Now look at this. It's cooking beautifully, sizzling in that butter. Oh, it's starting to smell really good right now. Look at that. Just really nice. Another half a minute and it's done. That's it? That's it. So here we have our fish. Was that easy? Extremely easy. Yeah, I feel like I could cook this right now, and I might just have you cooking in 2 seconds. So don't. If you're going to talk up like that, you're going to have to cook. I add a little more butter. If you wanted to, you could have a canola oil or olive oil. You can't go wrong with butter, though. Butter and fish go together. Yeah. Just a little bit. And I've got the shallots going in, and we're going to put the garlic in. Okay. And they cook about maybe a minute. We're going to. Now we're going to do tomatoes. The tomatoes, and that just cooks maybe 2 minutes. Okay. They give off their juice, and they're ready to go. And then what we're going to do is give that a minute to cook. Does that look beautiful? It looks really good. It's not smell-o-vision, so it's too bad for everyone else. You need to be able to smell this to understand what's happening right now, but it smells really good, especially right now with you can smell the white wine coming up, and now the garlic and the onions. Oh, it just smells really good. And I'm going to put in the mango puree. Okay. And you know what? If you didn't have it, you could leave it out. It'd still be a delicious dish. It's just that little hidden something, and people say, what is this? What's going on here? And it's just a little bit of that puree. And then what you're going to do is you just put it over the fish like this. I have a bigger spoon here. So not only is it a pretty simple meal, but it actually not only does it smell good, trust me, it smells really good, but it also looks very good. It's very simple, but yet it looks very, very appetizing. With all the colors and everything, it just looks... And that's my heavenly hogfish. That's it. That's it.
After getting stuff from Linda's delicious meals and seeing how Coral Gables lives in James's fiction, it was clear that the Miami Book Fair has a little bit of everything for everyone. And make sure to check out James Grippando and Linda Gassenheimer, who will both be at the Miami Book Fair. James Grippando will be featured talking about his book on Saturday, November 19th at 12:30, and Linda Gassenheimer will be featured at the book fair on Sunday, November 21st at 10:30 a.m. For What's Happening Coral Gables, David Alvarez.